So my kitchen is just steaming away. And the reason why is because this morning I woke up and I felt like a tightness in my throat and I was starting to get phlegmy. Now, I usually don't get sick. I usually never catch a cold. Very, very seldom that I catch a cold or I catch anything that's going around. And I don't know, maybe it's just it's in my gene pool. I don't know. However, this morning I was feeling kind of clogged up. And so whenever I get that mucousy feeling in my throat, I like to right away throw on a steam bath kind of on the, I don't know what you would call it, an inhalant, but I keep it going during the day and it cleanses the air. And a lot of the times I will, as you see, I will do an inhalant. And what I've been doing is I've been putting, I put some of my spices in. So the first thing I put in there was I put some ginger. I put some cloves, which is my mainstay. I have to always make sure that I have loads and loads of cloves, and I like to keep it in stock for just these times when I'm starting to get a cold, when I have a toothache, anything like that. I even make clove oil in my little jars, and I make oregano oil, but I also make clove oil with the cloves, a few cloves in a jar of olive oil, or as I've been using lately, castor oil. So yeah, and I use this, I do not drink my castor oil. I use it on my face, and if you've noticed, my face I had deep, deep wrinkles, and they are starting to, I mean, it's starting to even out, and so I'm singing the praises of it. So let's talk about the inhalant. So I put ginger, I put a handful of cloves, I put some black pepper to make sure that my body is actually going to open up and absorb what I need to absorb from the cloves, okay? I put cinnamon. Any spices that I put in there are anti-inflammatory. The one big one that I put in is salt, and I do use ionized salt that you buy from the store. I do have pink Himalayan salt, but I'm looking for Celtic salt. However, this is what I put in my inhalant because salt will literally open up that mucus. It will dissolve that mucus that you have. So salt and pepper go in my inhalant. Anyhow, so I'm not sure if you can see that. I'll bring it over so you can see. And it's like a black color. It gets really black and it gets very thick. And I use one pot for it because as you notice around the side, it forms a film. So every once in a while, I will wash it out. But the big thing is I leave it on the stove. I'll put it on a low heat, leave it on the stove, and then it works as an air cleanser. However, today I'm going to show you what I do. And I mean, it's nothing scientific at all. I just inhale the vapors, that's it. And when I inhale it, I can literally, the very first inhale of that warm steam will literally open up any clogs that I have, any mucus, any, if I had a stuffed up nose, it would clear that. But I'm trying to get rid of the phlegm that I'm finding that I'm almost like congested in my throat, and I'm not sick. And I haven't been sick. I might perhaps have been around someone who had maybe a cold. So I want to kind of stave it off before it goes down that route, right? And so I'm doing the inhalant, and the inhalant is working amazing. I absolutely love it. It does leave a really wonderful smell in the air because the cloves and the cinnamon are absolutely wonderful. I did buy nutmeg the other day because I am going to put some nutmeg into my pancakes and things like that. I'm going to show you a video of how I make anti-inflammatory pancakes with some of the spices that I purchased, but I bought nutmeg. So even sprinkling a little bit of nutmeg in there or putting in one of the cinnamon sticks and letting it basically steam throughout the day, right? Keep it on a low heat. Make sure that you have enough water in it and that you check it. Don't leave it unattended, okay? And at my age, I have a tendency to sometimes forget things, so I always have to double check to make sure I've turned the stove off, because if I leave this steaming, it does clean the air. And I do have neighbors that smoke in their apartments, in the building, even though they're not supposed to. It's a non-smoking building. Not everybody's going to listen to the rules, right? And so in order to cleanse my apartment from any smoke, that I get, I will do this. I keep a lot of my vents covered up so that I don't get the smells from other apartments, right? And it works for me. It works for me. So this is what I'm doing today. I am doing my inhalant, and I'm going to leave it on the stove for a while and let it cleanse the air, and then I'll turn it off because I do have to make a trip to the store, and I want to make sure that I don't leave it on. But it is a good idea to use as an inhalant. It's a good idea for an air cleanser. If you just want to spruce up your air a bit in your apartment, you know, you get that stale apartment air, give it a shot because it's worth it. And it's cheap. It's cheap. I mean, a bag of clothes is like, what, $2 for a big bag of clothes, which I also have to replenish because this is my last jar. Yeah, and they work really good for toothaches. If you have a toothache, and it truly, truly works. If you have a toothache and you put one clove on your tooth and you chomp down on it, that toothache will be gone. And it really works. It will literally, and this is no word of a lie because I've done it, it will literally freeze your mouth. It will give you that feeling like when you get freezing at a dentist. Chew on a clove and mark my words. Check it out and see if I'm telling the truth. Okay, I shall see you on the next video. The good Lord be with you.